And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. They will run with Singletary.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
13 yards, first down, Packers. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And Singletary has it stripped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
70, Indy.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
15 line. Pilot, 64, reach. Hey, foxtrot.
Now on 2nd and 13. Taylor. Touchdown, Packers. From 17 yards out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
Get a little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Luck. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. They run with Pumphrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing on second down. Luck. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Luck. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. It's Fletcher, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, Fletcher. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They'll run for it with Pumphrey, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Singletary to get the drive started. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A give, Singletary right side. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. 6-0 our score after 1.
Ready? 36 to Mike. I got it. 25. Check 25. Check 25. 6-6. Pull it. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's get it.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He can run for it, and he will. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Singletary. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, He seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The Packers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The completion to Riddick. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Devin Singletary, his first touchdown on the year. Now the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. From the gun, it's Taylor. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right?
This is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards. On 1st and 10, Locke escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 2nd and 10, Locke. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They go play action with Taylor. Airing one deep for Riddick. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
On 3rd down, Singletary. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Singletary, they'll run for it. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. On second down. Singletary. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Now it's Taylor. Flush to his right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Oh, and Nelson space to operate. And finally out of bounds all the way down to about the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Devin Singletary with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Let's go. Hey, Alpha. Number 53.
On first down, it's Long. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Gay's kick is good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
X3, 285.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. They'll run again with Pumphrey, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Here's Locke, looking for his running back, and he's got him. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Locke. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's got Lockett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Now a first down throw. Locke. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They go right back to Singletary. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Singletary. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, Barber. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
60 on. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hit it.
Play action. Now Taylor. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 25.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Packers unable to pick up the first, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That's what.
On first down, Love. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. That turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you they've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Singletary again. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good pickup there, a 22. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Taylor. He'll buy some time right. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Calvin Ridley. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's a 27-10 score now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Singletary. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. Barber on 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
On second down now, it's Barber, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, but it'll be second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being.
And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Well, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember.
That's caught at the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Luck now to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. From the red zone now, Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Taylor going to throw it. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On third down, Singletary. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. To throw is Taylor. Airing it out, looking for Rick. He's got a man, complete. The 20. 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. Calvin Ridley with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game, defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game, and privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. They've gone final now out in Kansas City. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They go play action here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's locked. This one caught by Isabella. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Check. 53.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 11.
Throwing again is Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. Andy Isabella was the intended target. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's Taylor. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. On 2nd down and 4. Taylor going. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Packers, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the to take on the Detroit Lions.